Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by the former host and creator of the award-winning nationwide syndicated public radio series, The Parents Journal. She's the author of the Unplugged play series. We welcome Bobbi Conner.
Hi, glad to be here.
Bobbi, let's go beyond the mic. Millennial parents have been parenting with screens, with video games, with TVs. Your series of books are the antidote.
Yes, it's all about trying to get kids off of the screens and the electronic devices at least part of every day for just some good old-fashioned playtime that's creative and active and fun.
Have we lost the joy of smelling glue sticks and creativity as a society, Bobbi?
Have we lost it? Well, a lot of kids don't know some of the classic games, and it's good time for parents to introduce them to the classics. And I think once kids have fun playing some of these screen-free kind of old-fashioned games, or even some of the new games in these Unplugged play books, they'll get hooked, and then they'll want to play again and again and again.
Now, each book has games to help develop skills. For example, in Unplugged Play Toddler, there's a muffin sorter game to help define those fine motor skills and coordination.
Well, the thing is that when kids are playing these kind of active games, even if they're real simple games, like for toddlers, they have to be pretty simple, but for toddlers, everything's exciting. Just taking a cardboard box and dumping it upside down with a bunch of balls in it is exciting. But toddlers are actually learning through playtime. So you mentioned muffin sorter, and you'd be surprised. It'll hold their attention. It's just a simple little fun thing. You get one of the muffin tins out of your kitchen cupboard, that you would put cupcakes in to bake cupcakes, and then a bunch of toddler safe little objects, little tiny toddler toys or figures or, things out of the kitchen that are perfectly safe for toddlers. And it's a sorting game. And invariably, toddlers will tip the whole thing upside down and all the pieces will go scrambling. And then they have a little basket and they pick up all the pieces and they sort again. And to you and I, that might sound simple, but a lot's really going on there. They're sorting eventually. When they get a little older, they're even recognizing colors. They're entertaining themselves, for one thing. And as you mentioned, now, they're getting a little bit of fine muscle coordination going on.
And in Unplugged Play Preschool, your goal is to develop problem-solving skills and motor skills like color detective.
Yeah, so for the 3, 4, and 5-year-old kids, they're recognizing colors and they're recognizing shapes and all that stuff. And Color Detective is one of those games that helps pass the time, whether they're walking in the neighborhood with a parent, maybe running errands in the car with parents in the back seat. And so the 3-year-old kid or the 4-year-old kid says, okay, today's going to be blue day, everything blue. And so the idea is that as they're doing their errands or as they're walking through the neighborhood, they're observing and looking for blue items. Oh, Mom, there's a kid on a blue bicycle. And if the parents are so inclined as they're driving on the road, they can keep score. Oh, that's 10 things you've found so far that are blue. And it really just makes some of these routines more fun. And the kids really are learning at the same time.
And then Unplugged Play Grade School, you've got sophisticated games like blindfold sketching, which is probably one of my favorite games of all the books.
Yeah, blindfold sketching. And this is an idea. This would be a quiet time game. And I'm a big believer. You need rambunctious games for kids to play outdoors, and they need some quiet time games. And so this would be a good, parents are making dinner. One parent is making dinner. The grade school kids, 6 to 10, is sitting at the kitchen table. And they have some paper, to color on. They have markers or crayons. And they put either a blindfold on or they just put a pair of, old beat-up sunglasses, and they put black construction paper where the lenses are to cover their vision. And now the kid is going to think, okay, what 6 things or what 10 things am I capable of drawing? And so maybe they'll say, well, I can draw a dog, or I can draw a baseball bat or whatever. And then they're going to have the blindfold on, they're going to draw this item, and then after they've done, 5 or 6 or 10 pieces of paper with different items on them, then the idea is they're taking the papers over to Mom who's making dinner or Dad who's making dinner, and they're going to say, okay, Mom, what's this one? And hold up the paper. So it turns into a guessing game. And it's a lot of fun if parents do the sketching too once in a while, if they have a little bit of time. because it turns into a lot of laughs. These items don't exactly always look like what they're trying to draw.
How do parents tackle the issue of proper social skills and etiquette while we're in quarantine?
Well, I think you have to just go small, and you're just going to do social skills in the family or social skills on Zoom. Just little bits of greetings and thank you and that kind of stuff. I mean, there's still some little opportunities for that, but it's certainly not the same as being in person.
Exactly. Time's running out, so it's time for the Rocking 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure. Favorite game of all the games you have in all your books? Favorite game?
Okay, I'd say fly swatter volleyball.
Last board game you played?
Board game? Favorite board game? I was a big fan of Monopoly when I was a kid. That was a fun one.
What's the best way to spend a Sunday?
Best way to spend a Sunday? Okay, I'll say fly swatter volleyball now that we mentioned that one before. Out in the backyard, parents and kids batting a beach ball around with some clean fly swatters playing their own version of almost like a volleyball game.
Very fun. What about your favorite flower?
Favorite flower? I like magnolia flowers. I live in the South, and those are a big deal down here.
Worst nightmare?
Worst nightmare? It's crazy to think that at my age, I still occasionally have nightmares of being in school. Usually it's college. And I didn't study, and I don't know what we're doing, and I've not even been to class for a long time, and I'm taking a test. That nightmare still pops up every now and then.
That's what the Rocking 8 is to some people. Favorite thing to have for breakfast?
Toast. Warm toast. Nothing like good bread.
Thing you've missed the most doing during quarantine?
Oh, being with friends. That's an easy one. Friends and family, and just, casual going to dinner or getting together and hanging out.
Who inspires you every day?
I think parents, I'm going to say. When I see parents under the circumstances that we have right now with the pandemic and all that they're trying to hold together, and they're doing their very best to be good parents for their kids, that's a big one. That's very inspirational.
The author of the Unplugged Play series, Bobbi Conner. Thanks for taking time to talk with me today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
And that, my friends, is Beyond the Mic.